much right now, Russia's responsible.
You may have noticed this week that your gas prices have gone up. I want to talk to you a little bit about why. A lot of it has to do with Vladimir Putin.
I think the administration, Stephanie, is really trying hard to blame Putin. But if you go back and you take a look at what is the margin of growth in oil prices that you could really attribute to the war in Ukraine, well, guess what? We had oil prices bumping up on $90 a barrel before there was ever an invasion in Ukraine.
Nat Cohen is Senior Vice President for Climate at the Environmental Defense Fund and also is an Obama administration alum.
That target has to put us on a path to 100% clean economy, net zero emissions by 2050 at the latest. That's the overall target.
The only way to protect the United States over the long term is to become energy independent.
So today, I'm announcing my plan for a clean energy revolution. It outlines what we have to do to meet this challenge head on and how we're going to get there. We're going to invest $1.7 trillion in securing our future so that by 2050, the United States will be 100% clean energy economy with net zero emissions.
Who is ever going to hire me? Who is ever going to hire me?
Isn't it weird that the White House dismisses higher oil prices? It's because they wanted higher oil prices well before this war started and Putin invaded the Ukraine.
Need that pipeline. Pipe is by far the best, cleanest environmental way to transport it.
If there was a button I could press to stop all hydrocarbon usage today, I would not press it.
You would not press it?
Of course not.
You would not press it
because... It would cause
human
civilization to come to a halt.
Every hospital would have to close down.
That would be ridiculous. So it would be irresponsible to press that button.
Right now, there are 9,000 approved unused permits that oil and gas companies could tap into now to ramp up production.
There's all these leases. You could just go ahead and do whatever you want.
Yeah, we're going to end you, but you better drill before we end you. This is crazy.
This leasing thing is a complete red herring. I mean, actually, normally you'd have about 40,000 leases outstanding, but that doesn't matter because they need permits for actual sales, for actual drilling, and for actual pipelining. And the whole story here is they're not getting any applications through. The Interior Department is stopping them.
That's right.
The Energy Department is stopping them. The EPA is stopping them. And, of course, they're under assault from the SEC and the Federal Reserve not to make loans to oil companies.
So you could wait and go through Congress, although you should be very impatient, or you renegades, we could go around Congress. Go around Congress.
His pitch, as demand for energy soars and gas prices spike, come to Canada for oil and gas, instead of going to countries like Saudi Arabia or Venezuela.
To get to zero in terms of the carbon footprint in this country by 2050, we'd need to cut Americans' energy use by 90%, live in a much smaller 640 square foot home, and maybe fly once every 3 years. I don't know if you agree with whether those...
Totally do not agree with that. That study was ridiculous
how much
because
sacrifice...
it didn't even include clean energy in it.
In the battle to save our planet by getting climate under control.
Biden campaigned on an ambitious plan to combat climate change, including a $2 trillion proposal to spur the transition to clean energy.
So on the gas prices at the pump, who's to blame? President Biden says OPEC is to blame. Others say climate policies have changed the dynamic. What do you say?
Well, I say that we can basically do more for ourselves. We've been energy independent for the first time in 67 years. Why can't we do more? Why can't we produce more? We've got plenty of natural gas. My state, beautiful state of West Virginia, has an ocean of natural gas under it. If they just let us build a pipeline, we could get the product to market. And why don't we do more drilling, and why don't we do more?
If you're going to blame Putin, fine. Let's just say, blame Putin all you want. What are you going to do about it? They're still not doing anything about it. They're just finger pointing.
We're not going to buy our gas from a war criminal. We're going to buy it from the good guys, Saudi Arabia.
If patriotism is the last refuge of a scoundrel, Biden is blaming Putin for the predictable results of his and Trump's irresponsible policies.
you.